Good morning, Nigeria and Abuja. My name is Emeka Ozurumba. I'm a poet. I'm here to make a presentation of a poem called A Donkey Vote Tomorrow. It talks about a dyspepsia in our solar plexus, which we have to liquidate. Now that he had lost the election, sitting in vengeance, he says, and I'll conflagrate and talk the city. This thought processed his sedulous hate, even for the animals he asserts to rule. In the mind of power and greed is a human falter. Anonymous avengers and vengeance with no mercy arrived, with carbon dates in the terrapins of shattered skulls, and expunge of blood from the spleen of an infant's decoction. Their thought is of the thought of baboons. Purge, like burning blood of trameline rose, a star flake on the fountain of a luminescent quasar, blighted steps with blood drips mangled on the democratic pedicure, was the cure for bigotry in the guile of crazy demo. For politics, many parts of the city now remain destroyed. Losing the election, or why didn't he just win? Better to be ruled of savages than death, and live in fear than death beyond fear. Defoliated oaks with the barbaric mayhem of botulism, like concentrated camps of the Fuha, embittered, acrimonious, battering rams for the exfoliated Aconet's wintry drizzle, in mass like ebb eaves to pick broken bottles immobile. This poem talks about the aftermath of some elections and some nefarious acts carried out by some people against others that are just bystanders and an onslaught. We need to curb that. We need to make sure that we play politics with fair human-mindedness and sanity towards our fellow countrymen in our country, Nigeria. So I want to encourage all of us, and the losers in an election should take solace from that you're trying to rule the people. You want to help them. So you don't have to turn on them maybe if the results don't favor you. As long as we walk in that portend, I see us as a country emanating into a greater portend. Thank you very much.
Welcome to Social Media Trends on the Weekend Show. My name is Inafises. It's so funny how Mind Your Business by Simi and Files, the bad guy, was playing just before I came on, knowing fully well that I'm not about to mind my business. Let's move on to some amazing stories that found a lot of us talking in the social media space. We saw a lot of great stories, but let's begin with the first one. Now, the first story for today is the former governor of Ogun State being in the news. Now, Governor Ibikunle Amosuns was in the news because he surrendered a large number of ammunitions. Let's look at Premium Times that actually broke the news on Twitter. At Premium Times NG tweeting, Amosuns surrenders 1,000 AK-47 rifles, 4 million bullets acquired before 2019 elections. Now, of course, once this dropped, a lot of people had things to say. Let's look at Ojeniyi Abimbola replying Premium Times. Even Nigerian police force in my state, I don't think they have up to this number. But if it was Dino Melaye, I know he would have been questioned by now. Okay. At Mr. IAD tweeting, if Amosuns truly had 1,000 AK-47 stockpiled, then the Nigerian security apparatus has failed beyond belief. 1,000 AK-47s is enough to arm 2 medium-sized battalions or 1 average-sized brigade. At M. Buhari, you need to do an audit of how this happened under your watch. At Smith Vinci also commenting, whoa, just reading that Amosuns stockpiled weapons in the government house. 4 billion bullets. Ogun State has less than a population of 4 million people, about 3.7 million. A bullet for everyone, extra 300,000 bullets for those that claim to have juju. God bless Nigeria. And Majida Dilast. So no one is in a rage over the 1,000 AKs Amosuns had stockpiled. We're not just serious in this country. No arrest, no press statement, nothing far. May God help us in this country since we can't help ourselves. Now at Chioma Chuka tweeting, 1,000 AK-47s, 4 million bullets, 1,000 bulletproof vests, and an APC. This hashtag Amosuns issue is a grim reminder that our borders are incredibly porous and laws are meant for anyone not in power. We're overwhelmed with internal security issues, yet unaware of the cache of weapons. She continued, for your information, this is what an armored personnel carrier, that is APC, looks like. I have so many questions. Who did Amosuns buy from? Where did the money come from? How is the NSA unaware of this? How was he able to purchase under the radar? How many other governors have armory like this? Very, very interesting questions coming from Chioma. And we move on to another story that started, you know, a lot of times we have people, you know, we talk about these things, but people haven't really, you know, been able to come out to actually discuss this. Now, this situation that happened this week actually started a conversation. You know what? What is respect, you know? What is obeying the law? What is demanding what is yours? Now, the former gubernatorial aspirant for Rivers State, Tonye who contested under the APC platform, actually met the one and only Wole Soyinka. Now, he took a picture with him and he was explaining what happened during the meeting. Now, Tonye apparently said there was an issue with the certain plane seat. Now, he took to his Instagram page and here is what he wrote. Met one of the greatest Nigerians walking the earth today, and as with other times, he was gentle, witty, forthright, and humble. My smile gives me away as he permitted the picture, whereas he would have preferred to get back to his newspapers. Then we boarded the flight, and after assisting him with his bags, he took the window seat and promptly started reading. A few minutes later, this young man, baseball cap, t-shirt to show his muscled chest and tattooed biceps, boards the plane and tells Prof he's on his seat, which he was. Those of us, including the cabin crew, tried to reason with Bobo Fine to let the old man be, but the chap refused. He insisted Prof should vacate his window seat, which the old man quietly did for his original aisle seat next to him. I couldn't understand how we got to this point where we no longer have respect for elders. Even if you are so arrogant of the great global personalities in our midst, is it too much to ask that an elderly man be allowed to remain in a seat allotted to you in the same business class cabin and the same row? Now, wow. Now, of course, when he posted this, like I said, it started a lot of conversations. Now, people talk about, you know, what is respect, what is right? Do the young people respect the elderly these days? And of course, here is what so many social media users had to say. Now, this, of course, went down on Instagram. Adering from Misa Eleko, this is part of the problem of Nigeria. Unnecessary self-importance. And we won't tell each other the truth. Imagine the comments. The professor himself is definitely one I'm certain won't condone such. But you guys have brought age into it. And because he's old, and because he is Wole Soyinka, he can be unruly. Hence, why we deserve those still ruling us. To think I wanted Mr. Cole to win his election, I guess God is showing us now why he didn't. Namaste. At Amongala, this is the power of the storyteller and how media and influencers wield that power. Inasmuch as respect is important in our society, the young man was already painted in a wrong and unnecessary way. Fact is, it was the gentleman's seat, and he demanded his right, which he was entitled to, period. Also, anybody else could have offered the Nobel laureate their window seat. All right now. Temez also responding, LOL, a man told another man that he was in his seat, and y'all are making a big deal out of it. You guys don't know what that man with tattoos has in regards to a phobia, or if he paid more for that window seat. Nigerians make things about elderly and whatnot. How about everyone sit in their assigned seat? Then we won't have any problems. And how about the Nigerian cabin crew do their jobs and make everyone sit in the seat they're assigned to? All right now. At Kemi Ajumobi, no, with the heartbreak emoji. Sitting beside him would have just been enough. He would have learned so much on the trip. Sad. So now that he has sat near the window, Shebi he saw the angel God was sending to earth as he flew by. So upset. And of course, Alibaba GCFR also commenting, that same guy will give up that seat and go sit in economy just for a militant who has been enriched with amnesty funds. He may not even know who Wole Soyinka is or does, and since he has no values, doesn't care. All right now. And of course, after seeing the whole drama that had happened in social media, Instagram and Twitter, Wole Soyinka reached out to TV producer Mo Abuja, and this is what he wrote to her. Hello Mo, someone sent me Patrick Tonye's comment on the plane incident, and I saw your brief comment. It was a very minor thing and I'd forgotten all about it. However, after reading the boy's response, I became curious. First, I never exchanged a word with him throughout, beyond inviting him to take his allotted seat. Never spoke a word to him after that. Certainly never exchanged contact. So, of course, I wonder if it's the very individual who posted this or a total fake. The phenomenon of stolen identities takes very strange dimensions and has become a source of worry. I wonder if this is one of such. Anyway, of your finding out, I don't operate in the social media, as you probably recall. Now, why he's saying this is someone actually went on social media and said he was that person. But I guess it was all a big mix-up. So that was why Wole Soyinka was clearing this up. You know, the point is, you go to a plane, you're assigned a seat. I think, you know, for conversations like this to be avoided totally, you know, just sit on your allocated seat. And of course, some people can get up, some people can't, and everyone has their own reason. So as far as you're not doing it, you're not going to be rude about it, you know, to your elders, because that's what I still believe. You can't be rude about it, even to a younger person. Talking to anybody, you can achieve whatever you want to achieve without being rude. So that's my own take on it. Let's move on to an interesting news. Mama Burna strikes again. Yes. Now, if you remember the Sound City MVP Awards, when she was going on stage to receive the award for her son, she was giving us some nice moves. Well, this time around, Burna Boy just won the Best International Act at the BET Awards. Now, this is, of course, the Black Entertainment Television Awards, celebrating blackness and black magic in all its rights. Now, what is making Mama Burna trend is the amazing speech she gave. Let's take a look at this special, amazing video.
Burna Boy!
Oh, he's here?
Come on.
Oh, come on.
This Mama Burna right here, y'all.
He must be the most restless person I ever met. He was here right now. Okay. Thank you very much, BET. Thank you, Africa, because that's the constituency for which we got noticed in the first place. And the message from Burna, I believe, would be that every black person should please remember that you were Africans before you became anything else. Thank you.
I'm still feeling it. You were Africans before you became anything else. I feel like it was the best speech, hands down, at the BET Awards this year. Like, you can't even tell me any other thing. Yes, a Nigerian mother went there and she gave them in grand style. Now, of course, let me just, roll up my excitement and also share with you what some of the people on social media had to say about that whole moment. At Dre_Low, Burna Boy is an African giant. Very well deserved award. Let's not forget Mama Burna didn't just represent Burna, but also represented Africa in her speech. Burna family is fire, #BET Awards. At Greg's Boy 4, well said by Mama Burna 100. Her perfect speech might just be the solution to end the silent war between African Americans and Africans. And Tofa_Paloza, watching recaps of the BET Awards made me appreciate more the depth of composure by Mama Burna. Hope to give such pride that Burna Boy did to my mama someday. Have a super productive week, people. Fantastic, fantastic. At tweet at Austin, when Mama Burna said expect more madness at the beginning of the year, you all thought she was joking. Yeah, she did promise us that at the Sound City Awards. And at Ebeli, Burna has easily become a fave. Music banging, career banging, relationship banging, Mama Burna banging. He's a whole mood. Congratulations, Burna. This win is well deserved. #BET Awards. Let me officially congratulate Burna Boy on a well deserved win. I mean, it was just fantastic. He gave us hits back to back, and he's doing it again this year. So it was definitely well deserved. And his speech, and the speech from his mom, it was just everything. Moving on to, I think, one of, hands down, the most controversial story of the week would be popular photographer and wife of singer Tonye Dakolo, alleging that Pastor Biodun of the Commonwealth of Zion, the senior pastor of the Commonwealth of Zion, alleging that he raped her. Now, this news has caused a big and heavy uproar in the social media scene. Now, of course, Busola Dakolo is married to Tonye Dakolo. Now, here's a video where she revealed that the pastor raped her. Let's take a look at that video.
6:30 to 7. It was pretty early.
Right.
I heard the knock. Who is that? Pastor Biodun. Immediately I just opened the door, say anything. He didn't utter any word of belief. And then when I was just about to react, he just covered my mouth. Listen to me and you'll be fine. Just do what I want you to do. And I was wearing a nightgown. I was wearing pants, pulled down my pants, and just doing a whole lot of mixed feelings and all that. And he eventually penetrated. Even blood dropped on the floor. And he zipped up the floor and he went out. So when he went out, sorry, just hold on a minute.
Take your time. Take your time.
He entered his car. All I saw was he came back and he brought crest. He had opened it and he just poured it in my mouth.
Wow.
Poured it in my mouth and I had to just be swallowing it as he was pouring, swallowing it. And he finished and he was now tapping me like, you should be happy I'm the one that did this to you.
Very, very shocking interview. And of course, you can see, and obviously a very emotional Busola recounting her ordeal. Now, she said this happened in her sitting room. And of course, there were people upstairs, but it was the kind of house that, you know, if something was happening in this room, people in the other room would not have been able to hear. And this is someone she trusted. Now, of course, when this news hit the internet, there was a lot of support, you know, going to the Dakolos. And, it kind of like put things in perspective. Now, we've seen previously, the singer, Tonye Dakolo himself, has been, coming out and making allegations saying that there's been some sort of sexual abuse in the church, Koza, popularly known as Koza here in Abuja. And, he's always been talking about it. He's been very outspoken about it. And I remember saying it right here on the show. But this definitely put things in perspective in the sense that, okay, so now a lot of people now know where all of this has been coming from. And, of course, it took a lot of time. It took over 20 years for her to get to this point. Now, let me read some of the reactions that trailed the news when it hit social media. At Omojua, this season of The Revelation has a rape story in it. Only an irrational person will be shocked by that. Busola Dakolo is brave. I hope her bravery helps other abused women step out. This thing is deeper than whatever is currently out there. At Ayo Bankole, there at Segalink and the other lawyers in the house, are there legal limitations that makes it impossible for the police to apprehend Biodun Fatoyibo and possibly shut down Koza till we're sure he is clear and can no longer be at risk to unsuspecting women, or do we keep looking? Interesting question. At Jesse800_, it's possible Pastor Biodun Fatoyibo of Koza raped Busola Dakolo, but it's better to hear from both parties before judging, because it's coming from Timmy's wife doesn't make it true. It might be consensual, just like S.A. Walter's own. Rape no be small case, I beg. But what do I know? And then there's this picture depicting, what, as you see the first one, you think it's a danger. And then you look at it, you're seeing a lion just carrying, a lioness just carrying her cub. So yeah, there are definitely two sides to every story. And at Tools Popular OAP, Tools O, why are people asking if the assault happened before, after he became a pastor? Is the rape excusable if it was before he became a pastor? Now, she's asking a huge question, because in as much as I'm reading this tweet here, there are also a lot of people that are in support. Talking about people in support, CEO of Sapphire Sense and Sapphire Time, Wale Jana, actually posted took to his own Instagram page, and he just revealed all that he had to say on the matter. Now, Wale Jana was actually telling the whole world that why is she doing this? Tonye and wife are a pawn in the conspiracy, and also because it will help him sell records which he desperately needs to sell. Now, he also goes ahead to tell us that, while both Tonye and his wife were in the church choir. They had an affair that led to their first child, and when they found out she was pregnant, the church had to force them to get married. So basically digging up, things from their personal lives to back his story up. Now, of course, this did not go down well with a lot of people. First, as a businessman, would you want to put yourself in that position, and would you want to cast down someone that has come out to say, look, I'm a victim? So what this did was that Wale Jenner, just this morning, we're fast like that, issued an apology. Now, on his own Instagram page, he had this to say: there has been a lot of misunderstanding due to my earlier post, and it's important to clarify that I don't support rape. I'm a father of 2 lovely daughters and a beautiful wife. I'm surrounded by women. Sapphire Group is made up of close to 1,000 women, and we have done a lot for women empowerment and will continue to do so. I apologize to everyone my previous post has offended, as it is insensitive to victims of rape. Pastor Biodun Fatonyibo has also come out to refute the allegations leveled against him. Now, yes, so of course a lot of people were demanding for an official statement. Now, previously, when these allegations have come up, the church, the pastor has never said anything about it. But this particular time, a lot of people were asking, look, you need to release a statement. And here's what the pastor did. Now, he took to his Instagram handle, and of course the church's official Instagram handle, and here's what he had to say: I have never raped before, not even as an unbeliever. Now, he is saying, look, I did not do any of these things. So now, of course, a lot of people are still, wondering what could be the case. He's saying this, he's saying that. But one thing I know for sure is this is really amazing, because a lot of people have been coming and supporting Busola Dakolo. Now, not just even because, this is Busola Dakolo, the wife of singer Tonye Dakolo, but a lot of women and a lot of men are just rallying around this woman. And this whole victimizing rape victims is, I think I can actually say, it's beginning to die in our system, because a lot of people are supporting this woman and are applauding her for her courage. So there you have it. Interesting stories this week. Okay, guys, so I'm going to be leaving you with our video of the week. Now, this one is very, very hilarious, and it's very fun to watch. We see a white guy dancing to Olamide's Woe. Now, he's giving us all our African moves. He's just really flowing with the rhythm. Well, thank you very much for watching Social Media Trends on the Weekend Show with me, Ina Peters. I'll see you guys next week. Do follow us on all our social media platforms showing right now on your TV screen, and be sure to join the conversation. Up next is Andy for the political segment. But first, video of the week.